Rob, you managed to cool yourself off a little bit after that roll call of gorgeous Toulouse players. The break probably came at a good time, right?
Yeah, yeah, saved us some embarrassment.
Yeah, good stuff. Before we get into the international stuff, because that will undoubtedly have an impact on next week's top 14 fixtures, of which there's one more round, I believe, before a bit of a break, notwithstanding the rearranged Toulon La Rochelle game that's taking place the same day as France v South Africa, which is, well, that was because of those mad storms, wasn't it? So maybe it's not that exciting.
Yeah.
But we have got, so we mentioned earlier Pau Perpignan, the new manager bounce, the interim manager bounce. I'm not sure I can see it happening right away, but you never know. I think Poe,
Do
you
we
must be
know?
feeling confident.
I'm worried, mate. I'm worried. I don't want to get my hopes up. Poe, you know, Poe have got a, this kind of Poe being successful is new stuff. Think about where we
Yeah,
come from, scrapping around at the lower reaches of the league.
these are the
Um,
sorts of ones that can go awry.
yeah.
Um,
Do we know who's going to be in charge?
I believe they're looking at a guy called Mathieu Sidor, who is as like an interim manager, um, whose name literally translates to cider, which is quite cool. And the heavy rumor is Laurent Lebitte is favourite to take over, or potentially Jean-Baptiste Elissalde, who I think is
Oh,
with somewhere in the staff at Montpellier. I might have made that up.
possibly.
Um, but yeah, so I'm sure we'll know soon enough. Um,
But
yeah,
Poe
I
are at home, which gives me hope.
hope to probably beat Perpignan. Um,
But
Toulon.
Poe are going to be missing six players.
Well, we don't know if they'll
Oh
all be
yeah,
retained, right? So I imagine
Jimmy
so of that
Maximan.
42-man squad, you would think that maybe like I'm trying to think what they did last year in the Six Nation, or maybe like
Didn't they
retain sort of
keep like 28?
25, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
so they'll be without. You think that they'll be probably without
Guyton.
Ordu, Gaiton,
They might get Leclerc.
Leclerc.
They might get Maximan, Leclerc, Browbery, and Grandidier all
Yeah,
back. It might just be Guyton and Oredy. But
yeah.
Poe are also missing Atogbe, Simmons, Robson.
I think they'll probably be all right.
Quite a lot of players missing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think the one thing for Poe is that there does seem to be a bit of depth. It worries me seeing a second row of Jolmes and Piquet. Jolmes, fucking, he's a clown. I know he looks like a clown, but he is a clown. Um,
Is it? That's quite harsh.
just absolute drive by on Thomas Jolmes. It's just the drop off from Oradu is big. It's just so sloppy. That precision
Interesting.
comment could have been at him. But Poe should have enough, like the form, home advantage, etc.
Can you see then sort of home advantage? Can you see an away win out of any of the following? Toulon v Lyon, Montpe-
Absolutely not.
Montpellier v Clermont.
Mm, I think we've got to start thinking that Montpellier are shit again. I think we had a
The-
phase. I had a phase of 3, 4 weeks of thinking Montpellier were really good, and since I've started thinking in typical Montpellier fashion,
they
you
might
get
fall
one
apart.
week of like when you think they're good, they are good, and then you think nah, they're in really good form, and they just start losing, and they've started to lose worse and worse each time.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean Clermont have been pretty dire away from home though as well, so I think Montpellier will win
the
that.
the dish of bechamel sauce.
He'll be all right. I imagine along those lines, I think Bayonne will probably beat Montauban.
You reckon?
I think that's probably set in stone.
Imagine if the team to break the Fortress Stade Jean Daget was
That'd be
Montauban.
awesome, wouldn't it? It would be incredible. And then you've got right top of the table clash: Toulouse v Stade Francais,
El Classique
El
or Le
Classique,
Classique. Le Classique,
Le
El Classique.
Classico. Oh,
It's
I don't
El,
know,
it's either
something
El, it's
class.
either El, they either call it just El Clasico or I think it's Le Classique.
I think it might be El Clasico. I think they stick with that,
Yeah.
possibly. Again, probably should have researched that. Um, I think, I mean, to lose a bit, I mean, although they will genuinely lose quite a few, you would
Yeah.
think, but what's left behind tends to largely be fairly exceptional. I think Toulouse will probably win that. Um,
Who are they gonna be missing? They're gonna be without
and
Marchand,
Blamont,
Marchand,
Meafu,
Blamont-Meafu,
Jalanche,
Jelonch.
Cramel, I think,
I think Cramon will be missing, yeah. Entamac, Barassi.
Barassi, Ramos.
Yeah.
So a
So
fair.
Is Ramos back in the squad then?
Well, I don't know, but I can't imagine. I think if they want him to play, they won't. He's not going to play the week before, is he? If they
No.
retain the others, regardless, I think Toulouse are
They're still
so
going to have
strong and
Malia.
so
They'll
deep.
still have Kinghorn. They'll still because outside the international window, so they can't take or they
Yeah,
can't lose Capuozzo, Kinghorn, Malia, Chocobares.
yeah,
All these guys who are just absolute jets.
yeah,
Malia will play 10 or Kinghorn will play 10, and they've still got two fullbacks to choose from.
yeah. Agreed. Cast v Bordeaux is actually quite
Cast
interesting. I think Cast will win that with a few
rested,
retained by
yeah.
Bordeaux and they're well rested going in. And then La
Well,
Rochelle
they're not
host
gonna, but
Racing.
because Bordeaux are going to be back to no Jalabek is injured. Luku won't be there.
No, no
Peno,
Peno,
Biovere,
Deporter maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if they retain Deporter
yeah,
regardless. Yeah. And then La Rochelle Racing. Sneaky one for Racing with a few of the La Rochelle team retained, or I think I'm going to go Racing to sneak that.
yeah. I think I'd be up for that. I think, well, no, don't know. That's a really tough one. That La Rochelle will be interesting to see this autumn because they've got this extra fixture as well, which I
Yes.
think is quite a good result for Toulon. That because Toulon only
Yeah.
lose Gross, who is replaceable with Priso, and that's it, isn't it? They
They
don't
may
lose
well
Serran's injured, but they don't
may
lose
well
Olivon.
be
There is another one. There is
Gail
someone else.
Drayan,
Gail Drayan, yeah.
but I think he'll probably play, I would have
Yeah.
thought. So yeah, I think you're right. I mean that sort of brings us kind of nicely. We've sort of
Whereas La Rochelle lose loads.
splattered.
La Rochelle have already lost. They're already playing with the kids in the front row, but they will lose four, like, well, three, three of the back five of the scrum,
Yeah,
plus Legarec,
plus
who's been
Legarec,
really
who's
good.
kind of the key difference maker, or
Yeah.
has been this year.